That
Ghost.
Do you have a
Do you have a
Gahas?
It's a
Gahast?
ghost or a wife. One of the two.
okay.
Could it be both?
Could it be both?
Ghost wife.
Ghost wife.
Ghost
No
wife.
one came
There's
in. It
no-
was freaky. I was like, what the hell?
Oh God, it's Ghost
Oh
wife.
God,
again.
it's Ghost Wife again.
Huge echo on
Huge
Jason.
echo
There's an
on
echo
Jason.
on me,
There's an
guys.
echo on me, guys.
That's not good.
That's not good.
You gotta kill it.
So
Target.
Cord,
Target
tell me
focus.
about this. Is that your favorite? Are kicks your favorite?
No, not by any standard.
Kicks are nobody's favorite.
Kicks are nobody's favorite.
I do enjoy them.
Really, you enjoy them? You're like,
I do.
you know what? These
Did
are
this-
delicious.
Did that
I
fix
don't.
it?
I think it's more,
Ryan?
it's more of a nostalgia thing.
You're happy when you eat them. Like you're actually like, oh, this is fun.
It's a
I'm nuts.
nostalgia thing. I used to
I
eat
know,
them when I was a kid.
All right.
Yes. I used to like get spanked as a kid. I don't think like, oh, this is wonderful.
But
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
it's-
like doing that as a kid, though, right?
It's nostalgic though, right?
Are we talking about nostalgia?
I'm so confused.
So are any of you guys watching the stream, or have it up?
I haven't muted.
I have it up,
I have
but
it
I
muted.
don't. Yeah, I don't
'Cause-
have the sound.
Because Ryan told me, or Ryan says that I was huge echoing, and I think I fixed it, but this was because of that technical issue. So the first 16 minutes of our recording is unusable, which is great.
you're an
That's
echo
I mean
on
nobody
here.
wants to watch that. And 5 minutes of it was the type nouns I heard. Okay,
Because I
so
don't hear anything.
well, I think I fixed it, so that should be good, because now it should be just the Go XLR giving the audio broadcast stream. So we'll see. Okay, he says fixed. That's good. Yay, we're fixed. Not like a cat.
Yay.
That would not.
I know.
Be
That would be like, oh, yay. That would be the word.
I'm fixed. Oh God, what happened? I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, cool. So, anybody want to give a rundown of what happened last time? I brought socks downstairs to put on because I don't have socks on because I took a shower very late and I hadn't gotten socks on. I'm
Are
gonna put
those
socks on.
Spider-Man socks?
They are Spider-Man socks.
Okay.
Don't talk, Mr. Has like every single cartoon character on your sock.
No, I was asking because I'm wearing a Deadpool shirt. So like,
it
I
could-
was gonna be like, that's close.
It's pretty
But-
close. If you just glance really quick, it's like, oh, that's Deadpool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you
Um,
literally had Deadpool everything on at one point in time.
Yeah.
And you claim it was not on purpose.
It's just the first thing that I don't look at what I'm wearing.
There's a problem there,
Explain-
Anthony.
It explains so
really.
much.
No, really, there's a problem there.
I just know that I'm wearing. That's enough.
Ugh, okay.
I'm glad I do your laundry then.
I mean, I'm not grabbing stuff that's dirty. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And make sure it's not dirty.
Thanks.
Before we do our fun recap that somebody will do, I showed Ryan this, but I made a Hypnotoad using my fun like drawing tablet, and if you see on screen, I made Hypnotoad, and I think it's pretty good. That's my
Where
Hypnotoad.
is
Pretty
it?
good.
Is it on?
It's on the
Oh,
on
it's on-
the Twitch. So
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa. I was very proud of it, so I'm showing it to you guys. That's Hypnotoad. Oh, I showed Fritch too.
That's good.
You
Okay.
freehanded that?
No, I made it using my tablet though. So I drew all the lines and I did all the color. I just had an image to reference. It was more a exercise in like tracing, to be completely honest. But it was using the tablet to actually do the drawing. So drawing on a computer instead of not drawing on a computer and drawing on paper. So okay, cool. So who wants to do our recap?
I would be happy to, but I know
You already have advantage. I want
I
someone.
have
Yeah.
advantage. I can't do it. Woo!
Damn it!
It's
I can't
been-
remember.
It's been so long since we did this.
It
I
was
can't,
2 weeks ago.
I will give a recap, but I don't want to lose my advantage.
Do you expect me to remember 2 weeks of things?
Yes.
That's all
I
right,
think
Fritch.
that's
Sounds like
reasonable.
you got it.
Yeah.
I did a recap not that long ago, so you got it.
I
Oh wait.
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Well, I can jog your memory. You hated it.
I hated it. We walked back from the lighthouse. We were in town. B4
Yeah.
was in town. We started talking to individual members of B4,
Yep.
and we slowly discovered there may be something afoot with the band. and we began, I believe, tracking individual band members.
Chaz, he's a drow bag.
So you know the
That's right.
names. How do you know that? Anyways,
He has a notebook.
You don't write this stuff down?
He's got one of these, and it has important notes in it, like me.
I don't
Yeah.
write notes for life.
That's good. You wouldn't be
This
able to read
isn't
through notes.
life. This is a game, Anthony.
Yeah.
This is not real. I want you to know that. That's important.
Yeah.
Or else we're gonna have like a repeat of what
It's gonna
happened
be
in the
real
80s.
Does he ever, like, if he gets in a fight with you, Cord, does he ever go, Eldritch Blast? It's
Magic
green and-
missile.
It's green and hue.
Oh my gosh, Anthony, you think this is real, don't you?
What we're doing is real.
Oh man, it's not gonna be one of those conversations because that doesn't sound fun at all.
It's
Okay.
weird hearing the two of you go back and forth
So-
like that. I'm used to just hearing it from one.
What? Yeah.
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 Just pretend I'm not here when I get like this.
So if I give the names of the band members, can I give advantage to like randomly to someone that doesn't have it?
I'd like Corbin to continue with the explanation. He's been doing a good job, and then I want you to fill in afterwards.
Okay.
yeah, you could fill in all the real details
Like
from
the
real
important
life.
stuff.
From real life.
I'm not exactly sure beyond that, honestly. So we started following them around. We think they may be they're not who they claim to be. We think the roadies are the ones that have the talent, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Joe the roadie, like played
See.
so beautifully.
How do you know that? Anyways,
I wrote it down because I'm a nerd, man. I wrote it down. Readiness.
He is a
Nerded.
nerd.
so
Come on,
that's
figure it out.
about all I can do. Is we suspect the roadies are the true talent, and we're going to investigate.
Right, and we almost broke one of Chaz's like magic items. Chaz has a lot of magic items, and he set up the bar with like various crystals that like would generate a crowd, and Beatrice got hit on by Brandon.
A tiefling.
Yeah,
Right.
Brandon. He was like, "Hi, my name's Brandon," and then I was trying to get 17 goats for Bangoluxy.
But you
As a
could only
distraction.
find 15.
I did, yeah. I could only find that. There,
You
Anthony,
remembered.
that's right.
That's
exactly.
that's what we call minutia, Anthony. You nailed it.
We also
what a
learned
loser.
about 3 quests. The 3 quests: the south, the dwarven town. It's abandoned. It could be for a place to seek refuge for the town of Phandalin. The magic sword quest, which sounds awesome, and then orcs are at the Falcon Hunting Lodge, and it's possibly enchanted. Brandon signed my poster. The elf signed my poster, and the human Brad with 2 D's. The
Double D.
guitar player, he's a drow bag too, but not as much as Chaz. Chaz is the biggest drow bag of them all, and
really?
he was
Keep using that word
super.
from now on.
He was super not nice to Toblin. So
So is
Yeah.
that's what you took away from it? He was super not nice to him.
well, he was also like, no, he wasn't. He was just like, he was just not just super not nice, but he was like demanding, and clearly like he didn't want us to touch his magical stuff, which makes sense. But like,
Sure.
none of the roadies as Corbin said would talk really, and then we can't find Joe at all anymore. He like went off, and everyone's like, yeah, that's just what he does. He goes off.
Everybody thinks he's in the toilet.
Yeah, he has IBS.
Yeah.
Right, for 3 hours.
I don't know that it's been 3 hours at this point, but okay.
Well, you said that we had a rest, so that we got our spells back. So
It's more because sleeping isn't it's not enjoyable and fun. Like, so sweet. Yeah. So that's where you guys are at. You, I think that was the majority of it. Let me give Corbin his,
Oh, I'm eligible. Woo!
yeah, you put yourself out there, and that's really all that we can ask. So boom, advantage, and you're good for a reroll at your leisure. So I don't remember how we did voices for any of these people, so it's all gonna change. It's like Whose Line, and we're improvising it as we go. So I remember some of them were like kind of, I don't know, European-ish, and that's not a ghost behind you, Fritch. That was a normal wife.
Ghost wife.
No, that was not a ghost. That one had physical form. So yeah, you are indeed midday. The band is unpacking their stuff, magically setting things up, and have retired to their room. Chaz has sent Toblin off to do some stuff, and he seems rather compelled to complete that task for sure. And you are indeed interested in finding Joe, which sure. So that'll be good, and you guys get to decide what you want to do. So take it away, you guys.
Weren't we in a hallway following somebody like in the exact moment we quit?
I think you were just outside.
I think we just sort of got kicked out.
Yeah, I think you walked out of the Stonehill Inn, and I can't remember if you walked over to the board for jobs at the end, just because I was like, do we want to know the jobs?
No, it was in the beginning.
No, we did that
Oh,
beforehand.
okay, that was the first thing. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys, you're in the town. There doesn't seem to be any additional people that are kind of like flocking to this big concert that you expect to be taking place very soon. And that's it. It all seems normal in Phandalin. Besides, this band that rolled in with multiple carts deep in their caravan.
So, I think, guys, we should go back to where the band was set up, like right here, and we should look for tracks, because I think something is fishy. These people are not what I thought they were.
Sure.
Should we go investigate their caravan or whatever it is?
Sure.
Horrible. I like the way you're thinking.
So as you guys start moving away from the Stonehill Inn, Chaz pops his head out and he says, "Make sure you're around for the mic check later." And I don't feel like that's a drow voice. I forgot he was a drow.
But he's a producer.
Yeah, he is. He's like he's a band
He wasn't
manager.
He wasn't a drow. I just think someone called him a drow bag.
No, I think he's a drow.
Whoa, he's a drow. Yikes.
Yeah. So usually bad news bears. Not a whole bunch of drow out there in the world that walk the surface like normies out here.
Yeah.
So normally drows are very much people don't trust them. They're scary and they're not the kindest in the world. So
Producer. So we're good.
This is Spangle reminds me that they all sounded kind of like the Beatles. So I think two of them sounded like Beatles and others were, I just was riffing. So we'll see. And that's probably what will happen again.
Riffy Diffy.
Riffy Diffy. So Chaz yells out at you and says, make sure you're back for the mic check in 2 hours. So
I turn to him and strike a pose, and I'm like, I've never missed a mic check in my life.
He just kind of dismissively looks at you and shakes his head and turns back into the inn.
Shake your head all you want. I'm gonna be back.
You hear from the caravans, you know that I can hear you, right? So he projects a voice that comes from the caravan that directed at you in response to what you said.
I'm glad you can hear me. I'm talking to you.
So you can hear him shaking his head, just at walking back to his room dismissively. There's just like a low sigh, just like.
I just lean over to Kair and I'm like, Kair, how does he do that?
Magic.
That's what I'm asking you.
I said magic. That's my guess, at least.
Maybe, yeah, I thought maybe he would have an in-tuned sense with magic. because of your magic sense.
Your magic.
Yeah,
Your
You're
warlockiness.
so magical.
I wasn't sure
Like-
if this was going to be an Abbott and Costello routine. Like, how does he do it? Magic. Right, but how does he do it? But
That's what I was going for.
so, yeah, you surmise that he has some kind of
It's a kind of
magical hearing devices placed around and,
Everywhere.
at least in the general vicinity of his stuff. So you get the feeling, because I believe you guys had touched something and he was kind of alerted of it quickly, and he seems in tune with the things around him that are his, at least.
So, Corbin, this is where I was standing. I take Corbin over, over to where Joe had like been playing my lute, and I was like, this is where I was standing, Corbin, right here, and these are where I'm standing. I just like step into my prints, and I'm like, these are probably Joe's prints. Can you find him?
All right, so I want to look around and find out where the tracks are leading.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and give me a investigation check. Bloop, bloop.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
You see
Did you-
just muddled tracks that are kind of going back and forth from various places, mostly going to and from the Stonehill Inn. You don't seem to be able to track him based on his tracks, unfortunately.
all right. So
Do you-
I turn to Clovis and go, I have no idea.
And I'm like, you are a highly trained ranger. Try again. Or what do you like?
I would say I can give it a shot.
Sure, yeah, why not?
Towns are not my forte. Sorry, Clovis.
Too many people.
Okay, I actually I accept that.
Yeah, I'd buy
Beatrice
that.
was. Okay. Shot. Did I do any better?
See, Rangers are not good at towns. It's just
Oh, come on!
Our rangers are not good at all.
Womp.
Yeah,
I walk over and I'm like, hey, did you see anything?
No.
And you should lie to me. That would make me
Yeah.
feel better.
Yeah.
yeah, just
That
you can just-
way.
yeah, this way.
Which way? Wait, did you pick up a track?
yeah, you could kind of just guess at this point. So you do see people, the normal passerbys, kind of walking around. You've got the town drunk that you've met with before, who said he was a doctor, a PhD actually, I think is what he said. And various other people just milling about with their everyday business. Nobody that sticks out as someone that you recognize from any of the shops or anything. Just maybe people that live in the town and work the various farms that are around here. So
Is there anyone that is not drunk? I know the town drunk Bob, but I don't want to talk to him. Who else is walked by? Anyone else?
yeah, you see some there's a couple like farmers that seem to be coming down from the road this way. So coming down the mountain when they come. So they you believe
I run up to them and I'm like, hey, and I hold out my hand and I cast like a minor illusion to make like a face of Joe,
Mhm.
and I'm like, hey, have you guys seen this guy? I'm looking for him. He's a friend of mine.
So the two people that are walking down, they are like they're all of their garb is covered in dirt, and it looks like they've been working the land, and they just kind of they look at you like very awestruck, like and they're at a complete loss for words. They can't respond, and they just kind of look back at each other, and they start scurrying back north up the road, and towards back where they came from.
I stamp my feet and I like yell as the most intimidating yell I can, and I'm like, I say, hold on.
All right,
like
give me an intimidation check.
Poop the pants.
Yeah. So well, let me see. I think that does it. unless I got a 20, I'm
Got a
gonna say that you're good.
+8.
So the one of them, the one in front in their retreat, actually stumbles and trips as you intimidatingly yell at them. And he falls down, and the one that's hurrying close behind, they trip over the front man, and they are face down in the dirt, and kind of like they're looking at each other like they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and I just walk up and I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to ask you a question. Have you seen this person?
Um,
And I make the image again with using minor illusion.
So they take a look, and they look at each other, and in unison they say, "No, sorry, we don't really talk to many people.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's not really our thing. We're just kind of, we were just supposed to be in the background, like one of them kind of look, the one that didn't say that looks at the other one and like nudges him in the shoulder, and they're like, like we just like to be kind of seen and not heard. That's all. We don't mean any trouble. We're very sorry. We haven't seen your friend, but I'm sure they'll turn up. They look like a very nice person. And then they gather themselves. They stand up and they kind of walk along the path back towards the orchard.
All right, thanks guys for nothing.
Sorry,
I grumble that under my breath. I'm like, "Rah." And like I walk back and I'm like, well, that was no good. Does anyone else have any ideas?
We could go back into the inn and maybe check the bathroom.
Dang it, that was my idea.
That would be my guess, considering our buddy's got IBS.
I was
We
about
could
to say
always
something.
check there for him.
Or
think
we
it
could
might work.
or we could stealth into their camper van thing.
It would have to be someone really quiet, because I think Chad can hear us.
I am very quiet and naturally stealthy.
I am not.
I was going to say, Corbin and I have not been very lucky with our attempts of anything.
We're bad at towns.
Which that doesn't mean anything. Luck has nothing to do with it, unless you're naturally lucky, like I am.
You are naturally lucky, aren't you? Stupid halflings. So yeah, you can certainly go and check out the caravan if you'd like. See if there's any clues to finding Joe, the lost Joe.
But I think Kyra's right. I think if we use the principle of Occam's razor, if it sounds like a horse, it's probably a horse. Let's go to the bathrooms first.
Okie dokie.
Sure, over in the inn.
Well, where's the closest bathroom from where we are right now?
From where you were, I would say like the woods. So,
I was going to say, do they have like a porter potty or whatever with their caravan?
Right here is where we were. So
yeah,
Kyra, should we check the woods?
Well, I think that's what I said when he walked away. I think I think he said that they just kind of walked off away from the inn. So I think that I believe what I said, and I could go back and watch the tape, but I think
I could roll a.
I think if that's what you believe you said, then maybe we should do that.
Someone should roll maybe history. Is that what you would roll for that, or
to see if I remember saying it?
Yeah.
I said that wasn't in your notes.
It wasn't in my notes.
Yeah, I may have just said he like kind of walks away from you. So in my head he walked to the west.
Kyra, if nature calls, people use a tree. I like the bathroom. Let's check the nature bathroom first.
Okay. Nature bathroom.
That's
So we
fine
walk.
by me.
So we walk.
Which is everywhere.
So we walk off to the woods.
Sure. So who's? I guess you're all kind of going. Can I get an investigation check from all that are present? Spangle is maybe in the bathroom too.
She's taking a sleep.
Yeah, actually, Spangle. I would say that
Clovis.
we'll get there in a second, Clovis. As you guys are making the choice to go off into the woods, Spangle does say, Guys, I'm gonna take a breather in the inn. I've got a couple things that I'd just like to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and do those things. So
Wait,
while
is
you
he
guys,
online? I hear him.
Yeah.
it's like he's here with us.
And I just say to Spangle, I'm like, all right, Spangle, you take care. And remember, I only have 15 of what we need. And I like wink twice.
They say, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?"
I am thinking what you're thinking. If
Two
you're thinking what
more.
I'm thinking.
2 more goats.
I want your mug.
Okay, so Spangle actually does indeed go off into the Stonehill Inn, and they are off on their own, doing that thing that Spangles do. If you guys are heading off into Anthony, what was that? You rolled a 0
I rolled a
or
1.
1 with no modifier. That almost takes away whatever the highest roll is. I feel like that.
Yeah, which is
I
mine.
don't think
So
me not
basically,
seeing something.
basically, if
has
we can
anything to do with
find,
someone else
if
not
we can
seeing
find the trees, I'll be impressed.
Sure.
something.
So, I think Kyra is just spinning around in a circle.
Yeah. What's way west?
Well, I don't know. So you've got you do indeed kind of pick up the trail. You notice some, I don't know, grass that's been stomped down, because that's how people pick up a trail. There's some
And I'm
twigs
like
that are
looking at it
broken.
like Velma and like Scooby Doo, and I'm like, guys, over here, there's been some grass that's stomped down. This could possibly be Joe's footprints or someone else's. I don't know. That's walked through
Jinkies.
here.
So you guys are moving in the right direction. You are skirting kind of the edge of the trees of the Elder Math Orchard, which is these big guys up here. And you
Which
do
one's okay?
notice
Those are orchard
yeah,
trees.
it's an orchard. According to the map that says Elder Math Orchard on the stream. You guys probably maybe don't see that on your version. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope, we got no words.
Nope.
You got trees. So
Yeah.
over by the trees.
That's fine.
As you've been moving out to the west, you do notice just on the northern side of that tree, that copse of trees, that there does seem to be somebody that looks quite a bit like Joe, what you believe what he was wearing, and he seems to be talking to another person up there. He's probably, I don't know, what was it, like 100 feet away, definitely within shouting distance, but you would not be able to run up to him super quick. Actually, it's probably more than 100 feet, huh? It's probably like maybe 100 yards. We'll call it 100 yards.
I like so as I see this, I go, guys, that's Joe, but I don't know. He's talking to someone. I don't recognize the person. We should try to sneak up and like listen to their conversation. But anyone that rolled low, I feel like you should probably not roll. And that's me playing. No, I'm just joking. No, just like, come on,
Yeah,
cross your
stay
fingers.
away.
You gotta really believe in it. Really believe. But we gotta be stealthy, okay, guys?
I have
No.
I have 6 to my roll. I'm
We doing
good.
stealth checks here.
I believe you. I believe in us. But maybe if you feel like if you have something like armor that you're wearing that maybe doesn't make you stealthy, then possibly don't use that.
I don't think I have 10 minutes to take off my armor, but you guys are welcome to go and check it out. I'll just wait back here by the trees and keep an eye on the caravan.
Is it
Let's go
called
sneak-
doffing your armor? You have don and doff.
There's
right?
Don and Doff. Yeah, Doff.
It's funny because it's on and off. Like to take on,
Oh,
on
yeah,
and take
on.
off.
Yeah.
Don and
just with
doff.
these.
Just with D's at the beginning. Just like Brad with D's at the end. Double D's.
Yeah, I will wait back here. Let you guys do your thing.
Clink,
Are we
clink,
doing-
clink.
Are we doing
Yeah.
stealth checks or can we go?
Yeah, stealth check.
So who all's going? Everybody
go.
besides
I'll
Kyra?
go.
All right.
Yeah.
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 Ooh, holy moly. Holy moly!
Oh,
All right.
What the heck? Are you fudging rolls? What's going on here, Clovis? Slow down.
I'm
Don't use them all
naturally
now.
lucky.
Really lucky.
So yeah, that's impressive. All right, so you guys are all nice and stealthy, and you are a little bit you're about 100 yards away. It's the length of this entire apple orchard, and they have about a football field of orchard to their name. And what would you like to do?
I want to crawl up as close as I can to see if I can hear what they're saying.
You could turn into grass. No one see you then.
Yeah,
Go
do
be
it when it
Mothman.
counts. Become grass.
He rolled a 20. He is
I
the
am
wind.
grass.
He doesn't have to use a spell slot. He is the wind. He is grass. So yeah, you're crawling your way over.
Yes.
So are you skirting the trees, or are you going straight through the orchard?
I'm kind of just going straight to the orchard. I do use my my cloak to like make my like that cloak of many fashions, or that I have found, and I make it like browny, mossy, earthing color.
Sure. These are bright pink trees that the fruit is bright pink and everything is bright pink on them. So you stand out like a sore thumb. No, that's crazy. So you are making it through these trees stealthily, not making a single noise, undetectable by anybody. The perfect stealthy like front man. And you make it about halfway through the trees. Nobody seems to have noticed you. And lo and behold, the two people that you just met on the road, they kind of poke their head around, and you hear them say, excuse me, hello? Who goes there?
The farmers?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're talking to me, or they're talking to who are they? Can I determine who they're talking to?
Who is who?
You surmise that they are talking in your direction. It seems as though they are talking to someone around near you.
So they spotted you, at the very least.
Well, I just remain very still, like a cat that may have,
Sure.
fallen from a tree. I don't know.
So if you're just standing still, you're gonna just wait it out until.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out. Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna go ahead.
And I try to signal everyone to stop crawling if they're following me.
Sure. Yeah, I think everybody's in tow with you. So you guys are stopped. You're kind of hiding within the trees, and you hear these two people say, I'm pretty sure that they're right around here. I heard something. And they're kind of walking around the trees, and they're looking for you. And can I get one more stealth check from you all three?
Sure.
What the? How the?
Whoa.
That's impressive.
I'm gonna use my answer. Well, it doesn't matter.
I almost can't be mad about that. Surprisingly, they were investigating poorly, so they don't actually find a 9. So in the game world, they're just kind of they're looking still. They're kind of spreading out and trying to find where that noise came from, because they heard something. And they're just kind of looking around. So you are staying still, and they continue milling around their business and look for you for another 10 minutes before they are like, it must have been nothing. I guess it's just nothing that it was just the wind.
Were those the two people that I saw?
Yeah.
They were. So it was okay. So when I thought it was something else, but when I got closer, it was just these farmers.
Yeah, it was just the two farmers that you saw on the road that were not really talkative.
Okay, so I crawl over to Corbin, and I'm going, hey, Corbin, now that we're here, or Beatrice, do you see anything now? Like, is there any new tracks out here other than those farmer people?
What do I need to roll here?
Give me an investigation.
Oh, it's gonna go bad.
Or survival?
Can I use survival?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a survival check. You're out in the wilderness.
There we go.
So
That's the Corbin I know.
yeah, you don't notice any tracks that are right around here, but you still see the person that you guys are kind of prowling, and they are indeed talking. Your Joe and is still talking to.
Oh, I thought that was. I thought you said the two people were.
No.
There were people looking for us while we were hiding.
Right.
Okay.
You're going through these people's orchard. This is their orchard and their farm that you are trespassing through, and they heard you as they are out working the orchard, picking the apples. They're out there working the land.
They're working.
So they're essential workers, so they have to keep on doing stuff.
Were they social distancing?
Oh yeah, they're at least 6 feet apart from each other.
Okay. I'm okay now. I won't kill them for not following the rules.
That's good. That's
a little extreme.
That is so.
I will hit. I might hit them with my last bolt of electricity.
Are they wearing masks?
No, because they were doing. No.
Okay,
it's okay.
How far away are they? Are they 90 feet away?
They're within 90 feet. Yeah, you can hit them. So they are. You do see that the Joe is like facing you guys, and the other person that he's speaking to seems to be wearing like very fancy like business robes. So they're like very formally dressed, and they seem to be just kind of talking to him, and he's kind of like okay. He's just nodding his head, and they put their hand on his shoulder, and they're like they're having some kind of a heart to heart. You can't tell from this distance, and he's like, and that's all you see. And he starts making his way over towards the road.
Joe?
Joe does, yeah.
Or the other guy?
Joe does.
Okay.
The other guy sits there for a moment. Sorry, are you guys continuing to sit there, or would you? Or
I like. Do you guys recognize that guy? Does that guy look familiar? The one that was talking to Joe?
Not really. Right, Jay? Right, Mr. DM? We don't recognize him?
I don't know. Do you? Have you met him?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know who you know.
I don't keep notes.
You don't recall meeting this person beforehand. You don't think that you've ever seen this well-dressed, well-robed person. Are you staying put, or are you?
So I take out like some honeycomb and some sweet oil, and I kind of go and I blow it in his direction.
Okay.
And I cast suggestion.
Okay. And what do you get to do?
So it says I can suggest a course of activity, limited to a sentence, and magically influence a creature you can see or hear within range. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. So I don't know if he can't be charmed.
Sure.
Find out.
Okay. And I'm not. I mean, asking it to hurt itself, it would, it would hurt. It would wake up from it, but it has to roll a DC Wisdom saving throw, and then I'll tell if it saves. Then it doesn't. Nothing works. But if it doesn't save, I'm going to give it a suggestion.
Sure. And what's the save?
It's a 14.
It failed. What would you like to suggest?
So I'm going to say...
This is to the robed figure? Or
this
to
is
Joe?
To the robed figure. Okay. This is not to Joe. I'm going to say the next person that you meet, you're going to unwantingly recount the conversation you just had with Joe.
Sure.
So okay, so if that takes effect, then I'm like, okay, guys, come on, let's go talk to this guy. Is everything's cool? Everything's good. I think everything's good. We'll see how it works out. So, and we kind of like, if everyone wants to come with me,
I'm curious.
Yeah, thanks for being curious. That's right. Good job, Beatrice. Be curious. Be bold. I like that.
I want to go.
Now, I don't know if anyone should stay back though to shoot him if we need to. How do you feel with shots? Okay. You feel good with shots? Shots? Anyone?
Shot.
Okay,
Shot.
If I raise my hand, like you see me like being like, oh right, that means take him down.
Got it.
So are you stealthily moving towards him?
No, I walk like just right up to. I stride over with a lot of confidence.
As you begin to stride over, you do hear the other two people that have been searching for you very diligently say, "Hey, excuse me. What are you doing? Why?"
I turn to him and say, back off. And
Absolutely not. This is our land. Look, I know that we just met you and we had a weird interaction, but what are you doing in our orchard?
I say, look over, guys. There's a fire in your orchard, and I use minor illusion to light one of the trees on fire.
Okay, give me a performance check.
A performance check? Okay.
Yeah, you're lying to them.
Is it persuasion or performance?
Well, I wanted to really sell it. They look at it and they're like, I'm not really sure about that.
They're supposed to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Well, let's see.
No, an investigation against their intelligence, but they have to do it against a 14.
You've definitely tricked one of them, and he rushes over to investigate. The other one, the one that you made trip earlier, is less believing of this illusion, and he's just kind of like, you can't just go into people's orchards and make fake fires. What are you doing? When I called out you,
to me.
I don't understand.
I don't know who you are, but I open my vest up to show him like a sheriff's badge that I'm going to minor illusion on and I'm like, I don't know who you are, but listen, we're doing an investigation for Harblin Wester. You may know him, the town master, and he's given me carte blanche of this investigation for these cattle thieves, and I think I may have one right here. Okay, so I need you to back off. I don't know what's going on with your friend. He looks like he's trying to help stop a fire. Maybe you should help him.
They.
Oh wow.
Okay, give me a persuasion check for that. They're like, I don't know if Harbin would ever give anybody carte blanche to do anything in the city, but I guess if you've got a sheriff's badge, like, you can go talk to those guys, but please stay out of our orchard. We don't need that in here. So you're still about 50 yards away. You're halfway through the orchard. And you do see at this point, Joe has been walking during this entire interchange, and he's kind of like, he was going from here where we're pinging
I see that.
towards here to the road to go back onto the road. And he's made it back to the road at this point.
Can I look back and do I see where like maybe where Beatrice and Corbin have taken up their like positions to shoot this guy?
I'm in a tree. I want to be in a tree.
Okay, yeah, you can climb up in a tree. That tracks. So yeah, I mean, if they're not advancing any further, they're somewhere in the middle here.
Okay.
So if they're climbing up trees to shoot terrain,
Why a tree?
Because I'm all sneaky and you know I have the high ground.
She's just
so they're somewhere in the middle. They're somewhere like in the middle, like where I'm. So they're only like 100 feet away.
Yeah, they're about 100 feet away at this point.
Perfect. I just want good. That's good because
Good sight line, you know.
You
I'll shoot leaves to shoot a tree. How difficult that would be.
I'm an elf. I got this.
Yeah, maybe for a dwarf, but an elf can do it.
I'll give you that.
Fair.
Have you not seen Lord of the Rings?
You could shoot from in like a mountain, like under the ground. So you start making your way over, and both of the farmers seem to be letting you move freely through their orchard as long as you leave. As you continue to approach, you see what is a little bit shocking. Give me give me like a wisdom save throw.
Sure. A saving throw.
Yeah. You feel as though there's a field that is being manipulated around you as you're approaching him that's compelling you to turn around. It's something that every step you take is becoming more and more difficult, and you feel your speed is reduced by half as you are moving through this this kind of field as you are getting closer to the veiled.
Is it giving me a like? Is it like? Do I sense like? Other than my movement, is there like? Am I scared or am I nervous?
You feel like you're walking through like quicksand. Like you're
It's just thick and heavy.
yeah. Well, you feel like you may have even kind of like pushed away. You may have resisted the lure of whatever is there, and this was your like save verse and succeeded, but that
Right,
you are
yeah.
still moving at half speed. So you're slowed while you're trudging towards him, or the person. You don't know that it's a him. So they are standing there and they're just kind of like you see them pick up some kind of device and they're holding it up to their face, and then they're kind of like doing one of these like to the ear and to the mouth, to the ear to the mouth, and it looks like they're maybe communicating with someone. And they continue that as you are moving forward.
And I just call out. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
You're at this point 50 feet away from them. So you're still within shouting distance, but you're definitely not like in close conversational distance with them. And you see them kind of, ear, whatever the device is up to their ear. They turn around to you. They see you, and you see them begin mouthing something that's in your direction, but they're speaking kind of softly, like at a normal conversational level, and all the while you are continuing to move towards them. So as you continue to move towards them, you start hearing some of the words, just kind of as you're trying to be as listen-y as possible, and you hear things like, we can't have him talking about that. And he's just one of the roadies, and then you see them pick it up, the device to their ear again, and they shake their head, and they're like they're trying to like break something free from your spell. You feel that they're trying to fight against the suggestion, and they you have to give me another wisdom saving throw.
You got this.
So in that, you feel compelled to turn away from them, like they are a bright fiery sun that's like 50 feet in front of you, and as though you shouldn't look at them. You need to turn around from them, and you are forced to turn around from them unless there's anything else that you want to do. You're not forced to run away, you just are forced to turn around.
To stop my movement.
And
like,
turn your back, yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Clovis looked at a sun and went blind. I think he could handle looking at something that almost looks like it's on fire. I'm just saying, like, I'm not.
No. It's not something that looks like it's on fire. It's something that's as bright as a sun to him. He feels as though it is a burning bright light that is making him turn away.
I feel like we've covered this before.
Yeah.
In the lighthouse.
So I guess like I heard what I was going to be able to hear.
Well, in even during this time that you are feeling compelled to turn away from it, he continues to speak at you.
Okay, so what else is he saying?
Well, right now you're fighting, like you hear just garbled words because in your brain you are looking away from him, and you cannot bear the sight of this bright light that is him.
Um. Okay,
So as you stand there looking away from him, and fighting kind of the thrall of this that is making you push away, there are two people that run in from just outside of where the map is, just north of where they are, and you guys can see this from the trees, or well, I guess Beatrice, you can see this from the trees. Um, there are two people that start running in at an extremely fast rate, like a almost like a blur, and they swoop in, and they snatch up the person that's in the robes, and they start like hurrying them along, and pulling them. All the while, you can tell you're at a distance that you can't hear it, but he is still speaking as though he wants to be recounting a conversation as the suggestion spell had laid on. But he's kind of like being dragged away by these two people, and you can see him just kind of like talking at you guys. Hi, Sarah. So you are just kind of like he's speaking and being pulled away by his arms, and they're like taking him north.
not all I can do.
And
I go like this. I go like this.
the Rangers have seen all of this, right?
Yeah.
You guys see this happening.
Okay.
Corbin, should we shoot him?
I look at Beatrice like, what the heck? I guess we gotta go chase him.
Oh, he wants us to shoot us. He wants us to shoot him.
No, we'll shoot him. No, that's
Don't
Alright,
shoot
we
me.
need
No.
Let's go get KR and track this and try to save him.
You sure shooting is not an option with this one?
Yeah. Okay. Let's take some shots.
Like I can try to shoot it for like one of their feet or something like that and make them stop. Non-lethal, okay?
Sure.
I
I
got
don't think
this.
you get that
Yeah.
choice.
It's
I'm
not a
gonna
melee.
try.
It's not
I'm
a
gonna
melee
aim.
attack, but you can try to call your shot. Sure.
All right, cool. All right,
Left or right foot?
that's long.
On the tree.
Yeah, I got. I'm a wood elf. I got this. Did it go through?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
I
You
think that hits whatever you want.
See, it's a tree. It's because I'm in the tree.
you do indeed your arrow makes contact with one of these two people that just kind of hastily swooped in to grab this robed figure, and they kind of like stall for a moment, and they're stunned, and they look back, and then in a moment, one of them pulls out a wand and starts waving it, and there's a blinding flash that comes in your direction, and
My direction.
well, you're turned around. You have your back to it.
I guess we're both blind to this.
And if you guys are both watching what is happening, then yeah, if you are looking over there, and you are blinded.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you also in a tree, Corbin?
No, I'm on the ground because I could not shoot from a tree.
How much damage? Roll for damage, man. That's such a great shot.
Yeah, no, you very well make. Oh, well, you don't kill the person outright. But,
With my non-lethal shot.
well, that's,
Yeah, well, you rolled a
sometimes
1, so.
So the but you definitely damaged. I mean, you saw the arrow hit true, and it was lodged in the person's leg, and you would assume that would leave some trail of blood at some point.
Okay, good.
But you are indeed blinded, and you cannot see right
So
now.
we can't. Okay, there's no follow-up shots. All right, so we try to recover, and our goal is to go get KR right now, so we can regroup and track this down.
Sure. So I'd say that this has probably taken all of 30 minutes in your in the game time. So you're looking at a mic check in probably an hour and a half. You do have to figure out how it is that you're going to become unblinded, And
Who is blinded?
in Clovis, you
It's just me. It's me and Corbin. We're both blinded. I'm in a tree blind.
Where's Kyre? Kyre, where are you?
Not with us.
I was waiting because I can't be.
Are you in
stealthy.
shouting distance? Can we yell for Kyre?
yeah, he's like a football field away at this point from where you
Alright.
guys are.
All right, so I yell really loud for Kyre to come help us.
And I
I
run towards them too.
And I'll head towards them.
I'm blind in a tree and I'm in a tree blind.
Get out.
I'm not in a tree blind.
I watch too much TikTok.
Well, when you go up and you're hunting, you go up in a blind, right? Like you set up a thing to shoot from so animals can't see you, and I think it's called a blind.
I didn't know she built a blind. I thought
No,
she was
no,
blind.
she's blinded.
Oh, it's a cheese joke. Got it.
Yeah,
All right,
no. Just
okay.
pointing it out that it's kind of funny. She's up in a tree blind. She's up in
Alright.
a tree blind.
And then where's Clovis? In
So
this?
I run over to them since I can see, and I take Corbin's hand. I'm like, Corbin, what's wrong?
I can't see anything.
Well, that's not gonna hurt your shooting. Why weren't you shooting?
Can only make it better.
Where's Beatrice?
I'm in a tree.
I don't know. I'm blind.
Beatrice, come on down.
I
Disadvantage. Just jump it. You can do it. You'll be okay. We gotta hurry. We don't have much time.
There's a trail of blood somewhere. We have to track the blood.
Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to we have to go back and get Spangle to heal us.
I think she's napping.
I think
I'm gonna be waking her up because she's the only one that knows how to heal with she knows the magic of greater restoration and lesser restoration.
Well, all right.
So you guys are you?
Get down this tree, Beatrice. Jump
Can
down.
somebody catch me?
I got you.
I
Okay.
can try to
Halfling
catch
is
her.
gonna-
I can try to catch someone else.
It's funny.
Okay, guys. All right, are you ready?
Yes, do it.
All right. And then I'm gonna jump down. I don't know how to enact that one, but
How
Like
high were you?
an acrobatics check.
okay.
Yeah, you just
Disadvantage, probably.
Would it be an athletics check to catch her?
yes, athletics to catch if you want to help.
All right, I
Soften
will
the blow.
try to catch her.
She don't need no help.
Alright.
She acrobatics herself down.
Would it be acrobatics with disadvantage?
She's like 10 feet up in a tree. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It's all right. We're good. So you
I take my hands down. I wasn't gonna catch her anyway, but because she can't see it,
right.
so she doesn't know.
It was just a formality. Yeah, my hands are up. Don't worry.
We got you. I called out even though Kyre caught her. I'm like, we got you.
So you guys gonna start making your way back to the Stonehill Inn to get healed by Spangle?
Kyre, we have a problem. Okay, there was some major magic out there, and they were like manipulating magic. It was like a walking through like warm oatmeal, you know, like with the blueberry oatmeal that we walked like that Tobin made us. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I just remember that blueberry crisp that Tobin made us that one time. It was kind of like that, real thick and heavy. Anyway, so they're blind. We got to help them. So we take them as fast. Like, come on, we got to get back to the inn, and maybe hopefully we can cut off some time and see Joe on the way too.
Yeah.
Like,
If you want,
we go-
I can take them back to the inn, and you can start tracking the people that ran off.
So there
Maybe
is
just give
a
us some
line of
form
blood.
trail.
I did that. I got that.
You know what? I can't. I'm not gonna. No, wait. I have learned not to split up the party, only because that's like when you go off alone, you might get eaten by a shark. Remember?
That's fair.
And there are land sharks too.
Land sharks. Sounds
Land
awful.
sharks are a thing. Street sharks, as we like to call them in this world.
So I'm not. I would prefer staying with you guys if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Well,
so
then, let's hurry over to the inn.
we double time it to the inn. Hopefully, though, like the way we go, I'd like to see if we could cut Joe, because I know Joe went the long way.
Mhm.
Like so I'm hoping to like cut a straight shot behind those two farmers' houses.
Sure.
So
yeah.
running back into the orchard.
Well, we're in the orchard right now. That's where we
Oh,
were
okay.
anyway.
Yeah, they're still in the orchard, and you went to join them. So yeah, if you can try to cut through and hopefully intercept Joe or meet him. He didn't seem like he was making any great haste or anything, but you have waited the time that it was for Kair to run over, for Beatrice to jump out of the tree, and now you're gonna make your double timing over to the Stonehill Inn. But well, we'll see if you intersect with Joe. So as you start moving towards the Stonehill Inn, as the crow flies, weaving in and out of these homes, does anybody have anything that they want to do?
I'm just looking around to see like anything unusual. Like like I'm just thinking about that spell. That was a very powerful spell. I even though I might seem like very jovial and jolly and like carefree, like that really worried me because that was like really heavy magic. Um, and then those people, and I'm worried about them just being able to be blinded so easily. Um, so I'm just looking to see if like anything makes sense, like why those two would come out, like they were moving so fast, like I'm trying to think, like I'm trying to replay in my head, like what could have caused it. Do I know enough about like when I went to the college, like the Bard College of Lore, like do I remember spells like haste, like do I remember any of that stuff, like what kind of people would be using that, or and I'm trying to figure out like anything that would make connections for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've definitely read and studied magic and arcana, and know of like very powerful wizards that use various abjuration magics that would like affect the battlefield, or affect the world around them. And blinding people is a common defensive like spell that high level wizards will use on people that are trying to physically harm them, that have to see the people that they are shooting at or swinging at. So these are definitely well known spells that are not your average caster, but that especially from that kind of a distance, it seems like it was enhanced in some way. And the compelling that you felt seemed extra extra powerful. That it seemed like it was centered on like a spot in on the in the hills, that you were going to have a difficult time approaching, as you felt, until you got until you failed that one save, and you realized that you couldn't possibly move yourself forward. You couldn't will yourself to move towards a light that was that so bright, even though when you recount it to the Rangers, they saw no such light, and they didn't understand why you had turned away. It seemed to be just something that you had stopped to them.
Okay.
So you give me an investigation check as you are walking through all these houses.
Sure.
Yeah. So you notice, as you're passing by, that the back side of like some of these houses, that is not the the side that you would normally be passing past, is not as there hasn't been as much care taken towards them, and you're just kind of noticing it, that the front sides of these houses look very much like nice homes, but the back sides almost look like they're I don't know, for they're like shoddily built, and like they're not put together in a good way. They're just kind
Like
of
a
like,
shanty town.
and not even like a shanty, like almost like a prop, like how you have like a facade of a
Yeah,
house,
like an old like the
like an
old
old
west
western.
things.
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
But they're not just a board in like a
Right,
beautiful
no,
front,
but the front is really nice and the backs are not. So that's interesting. Are they, do they seem lived in?
yeah, I mean, you've never really seen many people going in and out of these houses. You don't know if they're lived in or not. they look like they're homes.
So these houses right here that we're running through, because I know we've been over here and we've like seen people in these houses and storefronts, but these houses right here just seem the front seem very nice and the back seem like you said, as they're prop houses.
Yeah, well, it just seems like maybe the people have taken a lot of time to like decorate the fronts to make sure that people from the street would see these really nice houses, but the backs, it's like they're kind of just like thrown together, not particularly taken care of, because they have, I don't know if you see, there's like this like stone walls, so like these the rears of these homes would not normally be seen if you're not from a road.
Right. Okay.
So you continue on to the Stonehill Inn, and you guys are aware of the room that that Spangle has set for themselves, and it's never, that room hasn't changed since they booked it like a month ago or whatever it was.
And I just bust in. I don't even like knock. I just bust in. I'm like, Spangle.
Well, as you enter the Stonehill Inn, you see Toblin waiting at the door, not waiting for you, but like he's at the door, and he says, "Oh, you guys are. I'm so glad to see you. I need all this help, and I just, will you please look at this? I don't think it's right." And
I take his shoulder. I'm like, Tobin, don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay.
I wish I could look at this for you, but I can't right now.
so he's and he kind of like, he's insistent towards Clovis, and he's, please, you have to just come over here and look at it. I don't know what to make of it. It's very confusing to me. Please, just will you just take one moment for me? I just need your help.
And I say, of course, Tobin. Absolutely, Tobin, no problem. And I turn back to Kyra, and I
I'll
say,
leave the other two upstairs.
I say, Kyra, take them up to
the D wing.
Yeah, and look at and see if she can dispel this magic.
So Tobin says, no, I need the warlock, please. Could you all come over here? If you're blind, I don't need you, but you just, if those that can see, I need all the eyes I can on this. It'll only take a moment.
I'm really noticing that Toblin is acting very strange, and I take a moment to stare at him, just to look at his face, at his facial features, at his eyes, and do I see anything unusual?
Sure, give me like an investigation check.
While you're doing that, Corbin, let's go look for it. Let's go like feel for a chair real quick while they do their thing.
I'm crawling.
I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my my inspiration.
Okay. I'll take that.
I was gonna say let's look for a chair, but that wouldn't work out.
Woods.
No,
so
we're in the inn.
You do. You notice that you're like, excuse me, your instincts are accurate. He seems to be acting a little wonky donkey, and it's not exactly what you've come to expect from your jovial, excited Toblin, and it seems like he's kind of just like he's not himself. He doesn't seem himself, or he seems outside of the norm for him.
So I grab him by the shoulders with the most like, as much strength as I can muster, and I say, Toblin, I'm gonna take care of this, and I cast sleep on him.
Okay. Do I roll?
So I need to roll 5d8 because I'm casting it directly on him.
Okay. Let me tell you the amount of hit points you need to do to put him to sleep. And Kyra, where are you when this is happening?
I am holding shoulder to shoulder of the wood elf and the dwarf, so that they don't wander too far away. Okay.
Just send us to some chairs.
Yeah, I want to just put us somewhere safe. Park us.
Let's see. I think I just need.
He just keeps leading us into walls and stuff on
I'm
purpose.
fine with doing that. That doesn't bother me.
Bonk, bonk.
Rude.
Oh, it's right here, and I fall down on a ledge.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
You
really
gotta do 100.
you don't need to do too much. In fact, with 5d8, I don't think there's a way that you cannot get him.
So he's got like 10.
So you make him go to sleep.
I gently I try to gently put him into the closest chair that I can find.
So while you're doing that, can the 3 that are not actively casting spells give me just like a perception check?
Perception.
And the other 2 are blind, so
Oh.
that's what I expect from a blind person.
And
That's not what I expect from an
And the other
person.
blind person.
and Corbin, I actually went yours with disadvantage, so roll a second time because you are indeed blind.
Do I have to roll for a second time?
No,
Oh.
you've
I know
you've
more
done
now.
quite enough.
Yeah, and the
Um,
dwarf
so
with disadvantage got a 15. He's reaching out with his ranger sense. He's
So-
he's got a spidey sense that's like
Them
off
ranger
the chart.
ears.
So with your dwarven ears, you actually hear the door to the Stonehill Inn close very, very quietly, like somebody was trying to like kind of sneak past
Sneak.
and not make any noise. And you hear very, very faint steps as though somebody were extremely quiet on their way up the stairs.
That's terrifying.
Wait a minute.
Oh, upstairs.
Did he feel and walk in the inn or out the inn?
They're coming in, right?
Into the inn.
In the inn.
I
In
like
the
that
inn.
it's an inn, and we're asking about if it's out or in.
Out
There's a
of
joke
the inn
there.
or in the inn?
You believe with a 15, you know you heard the door close, and then you heard steps ascending.
Well, it's an inn. That could be anybody, right? All right. So I let the group know what I heard, and are they in range still of speaking? Like whoever snuck by, are they still in audio range? Can we yell like who goes there? Or
I mean, you can always yell it. That's
You know what? I really want you to, Fritch, do what you feel is right. Just do it. It doesn't matter. Stop.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
don't-
stop playing this game like up here. Just act like if you want to yell something because that's what a dwarf would do. I want you to do it. And if we all die, then we all die, and that's what makes it fun.
I don't
I'm
want
blind.
that to happen.
Just
Well,
do
I'm
whatever.
blind and I like living, so
so yeah, and that's fine too. But so you heard that, and you heard the steps or the stairs, and if you want to say something, you heard the door, and if you want to say something right then and there, you are able to. Like you have a beat there, and the person or thing or whatever it is has the chance to change. That can change things. So if you so choose to, yelling out at it and alerting everybody else that there's something that just came in the door, that could do something. That's a thing.
all right. So I yell, "Who is sneaking by?"
Oh, nice.
Who's sneaking by?
I whip around to see what I'm like. I'm like, what?
Well,
Because I was just putting Tolman down.
You are
to sleep.
very carefully putting Tolman down.
Yeah.
So you are slow to whip around.
Okay.
And when you turn around, you don't see anybody at the door. But with your working eyes. But Corbin, you don't hear anybody move at that point. So you think that maybe they've just kind of rounded the corner, and because you at this point have not heard anybody lightly go up the stairs. And
Corbin, what did you hear?
Just some footsteps, and they carefully close the door, trying to avoid detection.
I wonder if they're going to go up to hurt Spangle.
So what is your guys' next move?
We have to go upstairs and figure out what that is.
Yeah. So if Tolman's sitting in the chair, comfortably sleeping, I grab Beatrice's hand. Really, I reach back and I'm going back, and I walk very quickly to the stairs.
Can we do like a chain link of hand holding?
Train.
I think Kair has your hand. I think Kair has you, doesn't he?
Yeah, I got Corbin. If
All
you
right,
got
take a
Beatrice.
partner.
So you guys, as you form your human chain, and sweep the hall, you, with your 15 on perception, I'll say that you are still perceiving and listening, and you do hear as you are mobilizing, that the person, whatever it is mobilizing towards the stairs and has started to ascend the stairs. Again, very quietly, but with haste. They didn't do it so slow that you would never hear it, but they were as light-footed as you possibly could be while being quick.
And go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no.
I just want to know if
please.
I could infer the size of the thing, like how big it is.
Yeah, you have a rough approximation that it is not a behemoth, and it is not a skittery young halfling.
Okay.
So you're somewhere in between Aarakocra and zombie is really what you're thinking.
I call it and I say, I swear to the god of storms, Talos, I will just shoot a lightning bolt up those stairs if you take one more step.
Do you have how many
And
do you have left? Just
He's down to 1.
do you have one? Okay.
Yeah, and I say it like in my most intimidating shout.
Sure.
Is there a reason why Kair or Corbin or not Corbin Clovis, thank you, would not have seen
I was helping
in the stairs?
I was helping. I'm not there yet.
And I
I was helping. Toblin. Yeah, Toblin. So I didn't hear that.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking of like an open staircase, like a house or something like that. I guess it's hidden behind a wall. Oh.
So you it's like you come in and there's like the front desk, and Toblin asked you guys to go help him over in towards the bar area. So they were moving towards the bar area, and that's when he was put to sleep. They don't seem to stop with your threat that the god of evil storms, Talos is power will descend upon them.
So I then they can hear me, right? So I then I take out I start going. I lift up my one hand because I have Beatrice in my hand. I'm walking towards the steps. I don't know if I've gotten there yet. And I just start whispering, and I go and I cast Dissonant Whispers on in that area.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You're pinpointing an area that you believe that a thing is at.
It says one creature of your choice within range. I mean, I don't see them, I guess, because they just have to hear it. But if I can't see them, I guess it doesn't really, because it says.
Do you have to see them?
As it says, one creature of your choice within range.
And what's the range?
60 feet.
They're within 60 feet.
Okay, well then, it doesn't. That's their choice. They decided to continue walking.
Hopefully, it's not like some innocent bystander.
I don't think it's an innocent bystander that sneaks in and walks upstairs without and clearly sees where people. You're blind. Tobin was touching the walls. Corbin was touching the walls. I think
I'd be freaked out too and want to take on five personally.
And Kair can't find his head on his shoulders.
So is this you're casting this on this thing? What do I have to roll to see if it hits, or do you roll to see if it hits?
I roll. It's Oh, sorry. I remember. I'm going to cast it at DC. It's a DC 14. And they're going to take, it depends on if it hits or not.
DC 14 on wisdom or what?
Wisdom save, yeah.
Let's see here. Sorry, 1 second. I have to pull up a different thing.
You're about to kill some rando.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's what he
I was
gets for
just gonna hit
shit.
him with sleep, but I didn't know where he was.
Penalty
Ah.
for sneaking is
It'd be funny if you made them fall asleep though, and then you just hear thud, 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 thud.
they break their neck for
It'd
falling
probably
asleep.
wake him up, hopefully, not kill them.
Well, potato, potato.
We'll see.
Isn't death just another form of sleep? I
No,
turn back. Say, "Come here, death is just another form of sleep."
All right.
no, that's
It's just a
horrifying.
permanent sleep.
Exactly.
You hit this. You feel your spell hit,
Okay.
and for dissonant whispers, what are the parameters of this?
The parameters of Dissonant Whispers are they're going to take 19 damage. Is
Okay.
the first thing.
Is it
because
19 or is it
It's
4?
14 plus 5.
Okay, so
so-
it uses both level casts.
Yeah, because I cast at a second level. And then let me put it. I can put it in the. Oh no, I can't. Oh, there we go. On a failed
killed-
save.
Totally dead now.
No, Tolman was. I put Tolman to sleep. Gosh.
Did you
I go
miss?
over, I just smack like Corbin, like because he can't see anything. I said, I don't know who that was. And so he has to move as far away from me as his speed allows. But he doesn't move into like danger.
Okay.
Unless he's deaf.
Yeah, but
Which would
I
be
mean,
the only way he doesn't die right now.
So you hear somebody upstairs, something upstairs, moving far away from the distant from where you are.
did it head down? Do I know what wing it had down? Like what wing he had?
Down the B wing.
Okay, that's where we're staying, right?
I think we're in the D wing.
D-wing.
We're in the D wing.
Yeah, don't you guys think you get in the B wing? Don't be silly.
Is that where the band is?
No, that's where Star Wars takes place. In a B wing.
Oh.
I think it was a red.
A B wing is a thing. That's a.
It is. It's just not a great ship. No one. If you were going to choose to fly a ship, a B wing.
Yeah, no,
Probably an
that's true. I mean, obviously, like an X-wing is like the iconic one. I think the Y-wing is pretty cool too, but whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So you
I like the A wings actually.
your A-wings are great too. So you don't know where they are, but from the top of the steps, it sounds like they kind of walked down the B-wing.
Okay.
And they didn't die.
Yeah, they didn't die.
They're still alive.
Which means that's 19 damage. We're dealing with tough mofos now.
So this only works for how long does this work for?
This is they usually use their reaction. I think it's like right on a failed save. No.
Okay.
On a successful save, the target takes half as much, but doesn't have to move away from you. It must move as far away as the speed allows for me. So that's what it must do.
Okay, but then it's done for that turn, right?
Immediately uses his reaction. Yeah. So whatever he was planning on doing in that moment,
Okay.
he has to move away.
Cool. So you guys are at the bottom of the stairs still.
So I say, Kyra, we need to get upstairs right now, and we need our rangers to see. We're in trouble. This thing is dangerous. I can tell.
Jason, have we regained any sight at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
You're
You
bound.
gotta get it
Still
magically
useless.
fixed.
So I just continue to pull Beatrice like as much as I can up the stairs as quickly as possible towards Spangle's room.
Okay.
I will do the same with Corbin.
So Spangle's room is not in the direction of where you were planning to go.
I know.
Okay. You make a beeline, no pun intended, towards Spangle's room, and you knock on the door.
I kick the door open.
You kick the door open, and it's empty.
Has the bed been slept in?
No, it hasn't been slept in.
She's hanging out with the band.
Okay, and I go, I take Beatrice and I sit her down on the bed, and I grab Corbin, I sit her down, him down on the bed. I say, I don't know if this is gonna work, and I take out my healing potion and I just put it in my hand and I rub it on their eyes.
Give me a medicine check.
That's not one I roll very often.
That's okay.
It shows.
You feel like just by the sheer nature of using the energy surge, the surge energy drink, that I'm going to take out of your inventory now, that they regain some partial sight. It's not full, but let's say they're operating at like a 20% right now. Like they've gone from nada to like, they can see a little bit. Like they can see through a pinhole.
Their stars are in front of their eyes and stuff.
Right.
Lots of stars. And I go and I turn up to the ceiling, and I'm just like, Surge, not just good for your stomach anymore. Also, drink it through your eyes.
Yeah. So that gives you
Surge.
And then instantly after you give your little plug, there is a bottle of surge that just starts to blink into existence right in front of your eyes, and it's like glowing and gleaming, and it's like perfectly lit, and it's just like the perfect like commercial spot for surge after you've plugged it. And
you plugged it.
And it's beautiful, and I'll actually give you an advantage for that too. So the surge is there, and it floats and is and it's glowing, not like anything you would ever want to put in your eyes. In fact, like it now has a label on it that says not for typical use with eyes. So there, and it's like highlighted right there on the thing. Do not.
It's like new. All the bottles that we had have a new Surgeon General's warning on it.
Right. So like they want to make sure that whoever heard you does not, they don't want to get sued. So that's important in this world. Every world that's important. Nobody wants litigation.
So, is Spangle's purse there?
Nope.
No. So does it ever look like she's come in the room at all?
It's hard to say. Maybe they came in for a moment, and but it doesn't look like they stayed for any amount of time that was like meaningful.
Okay, Kair, I need help.
What do you need?
I don't know. Spangle's missing. This person trying to sneak by us. I really feel that's dangerous. Our friends are blind. I don't know what to do. There were some really powerful wizards, like that one magic that I had to walk through. That was really powerful. Like that was beyond us at this moment. Like we are not there. Like so that was a really powerful magic.
So
nice if I saw it.
So as you're discussing this, Spangle walks into the room and give me perception checks from those that can see with good sight.
Have you seen my perception checks?
Yeah, I know.
I say, have you seen it? Anthony can't see well.
Obviously.
Was that a 13? Was that perception check old or new?
That's my that's my new 13.
Okay. So Spangle walks in and says, you guys, what are you doing in my room? This is kind of unorthodox.
Oh, he's on.
And she's just like, I just came back for some stuff from my room, and I guess hi.
Where were you? Spangle, where were you?
I was hanging out with the band. Why are you in my room?
Beatrice and Corbin are blind. We've been attacked.
Attacked? What? Was that something attacked you?
I can't.
Yes. There was a very powerful wizard, and also Tolbin was like possessed or something, and then we were chasing something that snuck by, like Corbin, and we need help. Like I try to rub surge energy drink into
their eyes,
in Corbin and Beatrice's eyes, and it worked. But I'm not a doctor.
Oh gosh, that is terrible. I will pray to the goddess for your just all these atrocities that you've done towards healing. Let me take care of that. I'll just handle all the healing now. And Spangle raises a hand and cures the blindness from spits in their hand and rubs it in their eyes. And that cures your blindness. It clears it right up. And she says, well, you guys don't come in my room anymore. That would be great. Like, did you even knock?
And I'm
Because it
like,
looks like
yes,
you kicked the doors in.
First of all, I'm like, okay, like, Spangle, seriously, me kick the door in? Look at me. I can't even kick. Look, and I just try to kick something else in the room.
Sure.
And
No, Spangle, they understand. They're picking up what you're laying down. You didn't. If you were able to kick it down, it was just a sheer like freak thing that happened out of nowhere. And
does she look like? Can I do an insight check to see if I think she's lying about being with the band, or does she?
Why is she hanging out with a band that we all find fishy?
Yeah, because she was very skeptical.
Sure. Yeah, you can do an insight check. It seems like she if she wasn't with the band, she definitely wasn't in a room.
So then I ask her, like, hey, did you find the 2 things that we needed?
No, there's like no other goats in the city. Like,
okay.
How is that
I kind of relax. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I just run up and give her a hug. I'm like, okay, I'm glad. I'm just worried. Like, I feel like there's some magical thing going on that I don't know. And
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. So I feel very comfortable that she knows about the two goats that we needed. And I say, okay, well, we're gonna be we have to find this thing that was like snuck by and ran down like the B wing of the hall of the inn.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Let's do that. So I'm glad Corbin appreciates it. So you guys are gonna make your way over towards the B wing?
Yeah.
Sure. So you go over there and you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It seems
how long is this hallway?
It's like 40 feet long.
Like, I guess we should check the doors.
So you do know that Tolbin has said a couple times that there are the rooms have been booked to occupancy, but he has said that a few times.
Yeah. So we're gonna check. I say let's check the doors, guys.
So are you checking doors?
Yes, I'm gonna go to the first door and I'm going to knock on it and be like, a room service.
Yeah, there's no answer. And it's just a door. You guys have had trouble with those before.
I take out like I really need to I should have bought a lock picking kit.
Oh, you've got the door kickers that you're wearing.
Yeah, I do. But I decide that now that everyone's like, healed, I'm less worried about it. And so I try to shimmy like a dagger in the door.
Yeah. I'll even say that it's not a particularly difficult lock, and you are able to slide your dagger through, and you hear the door kind of click and pop, and you can open it.
I open the door. I'm going, room service.
You open the door and it is an empty room.
Is there furniture in it?
No.
There's nothing in it.
There's literally nothing in it.
I turn back around. I'm like, guys, what's going on?
That's weird.
No one said. Are you guys surprised?
I'm confused.
I just figured it's for storage.
I run to the next door and I do the same thing.
Yeah. So you want to try to open this one?
Try to open it, and I say room service. I knock. If no one answers, then I'm gonna use the dagger again to try to pop the lock.
So as you start popping the lock, you do hear some footsteps on the stairs.
Okay.
Are you continuing to pop the lock?
Yes, but I'm like, guys, someone's coming up the stairs.
So
I'll stand in between Clovis and the doors, so no one sees him doing what he's doing coming from the stairs.
yeah. So you hear the steps are people are ascending the stairs, and you see Kair with your working eyes. I guess everybody has working eyes now.
Everybody.
I was gonna say we're fixed.
At this point, you're good.
What kind of? Wait a minute, working eyes? Jay,
Yeah.
come on.
You're eye abled. I don't know. Seeing, whatever. He's
Sight enabled.
yeah. I don't.
Able.
Have I done something offensive? I
No,
don't
yeah.
know. I never know. So you
Sight capable.
sight capable. That's right. Now I feel like we've bordered into offensive.
If we weren't, then now we are.
If we weren't, we got there. Don't worry, guys. So you see that it is Chaz, Brad, Brandon, Bradley, and Brad that are walking up the stairs, and they looked like they were walking with kind of a purpose. They were on their way up, and like making their way back to their room. So they don't even initially notice you at the top of the steps, and then Chaz is just like, what? Get out of our way. We gotta get to our room. It's band business. And he kind of just shoos you aside and pushes past you. And Bradley, Brandon, and Brad all are like, oh, sorry, man. It's just, this guy. He's cracking the whip. And they move past you, and they're kind of like apologetic for his rude mood, the rude mood of the drow bag. So they push past, and they do walk right along the line, and they see Clovis down the B wing, and they say, are you gonna be good for this mic check?
And I kind of like try to like hide what I'm doing, like clearly, unlocking this door illegally, and I'm like, absolutely, I was born for it.
Can you just? And then one of the band members, Brad, he says, "Oh, can you just give him a little bit of the silver pipes? We want to know that what we're working with, that they're not going to show us up. If you just come back to our room real quick, we could probably put his mind at ease. We don't want this to be a bad show. We know that you're going to do great, but Chaz over here, he thinks you're going to bomb."
I'll be there in a moment.
We've got time. We can wait. It's fine.
And
Oh, the Beatles.
I'm like, I'll be there in a moment. I have to poop.
Oh, we've got a really nice bathroom.
I'm a nervous pooper.
Oh, you know what? We'll just hang here, wait for you to come back from your room. Just you haven't seen where we're staying, so we wouldn't want you to get lost. So is that your room? You're gonna go poop in there?
Yes, I'm going to go poop in here. I'll be out in a moment, but I'm going to take a long time if you guys like.
Oh, that's fine. We'll wait.
Stand outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so I try to unlock it with them there.
Give me a stealth roll.
So weird.
Cool.
Yeah, you are able to stealthily unlock it with your dagger, without tipping them off that you are breaking and entering.
And and I open it just slightly, just big enough for me to fit in, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, Beatrice, didn't you need to get like your like new boots for the show tonight? Also, trying to
Yeah,
like, give her
yeah.
like the eyes, like
Sure.
the working eyes, Jay.
Yeah, the working sight abled eyes. You give her the eyes, and I think she's picking up what you're laying down. Also, your tone was very clear that you were trying to indicate she should come inside. So, she do you go, Beatrice?
Yeah, I take the very obvious hint that he wants me to
Sure,
follow.
sure.
And I go to the other guys. I'll be back, Corbin and Kyer. Just like I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna, I'll be back. Just, where are you guys gonna be? Staying here? That's good. Oh, we'll be right back.
Bradley looks at Brad and he's like, "This guy, he's a hoot." And Brad's like, "I know, I've heard good things. They're funny guys, they're real funny." And they're standing there waiting. Kyer, Corbin, and Spangle can see them with their eyes. And you go into room number 2 that you have that you've broken into, and you do notice that it is also a completely empty room.
Okay, so I shut the door and I am I'm gonna go, okay, Beatrice, something is up. And I don't think we should go back to their room with them.
You think?
Yeah.
They're gonna kidnap you.
They're not gonna kidnap me. I think something's gonna happen. I don't know. And so I am thinking just for a moment. So I just start kind of I go, okay, is there a window in this room?
There is.
So I go, Beatrice, we're gonna go out the window, and I don't know what we're gonna do. And but I get out my lute and I start, just playing a little bit, just like, like singing like P O O P P O O P is for pooping, yeah. And then I tune it a little bit more, and then I'm going to, as I'm singing, I'm trying to like be like, Beatrice, open the window.
Because you're pooping.
Yeah, it's because I'm pooping and it smells.
Yeah.
Don't
So
open the window.
and how far up are we?
You're on the second story.
So
Okay,
like 10 feet off the ground or 20 feet off the ground, or what are we?
Yeah, 15 feet off the ground. So
is there an awning over? Like, is there like anything to walk on, or is it just?
Nope, it's just a straight on drop.
Sheer drop.
Like a lot of houses.
So I am like, we gotta get out of here, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but we cannot go back with them. I don't trust anyone because I'm super freaked out. So I'm like, I climb out the window, but before I leave, I am gonna use a cantrip to cast minor illusion to make the song, the song like, what song am I gonna have that? It's not gonna be the poop song. It's gonna be something different. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be like, what will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? And I'm like really I'm really trying to play it,
sure, and
like put as much performance into this as this minor illusion will last for only a very, very short time as I drop off the window to try to land on the ground.
Okay.
Shouldn't I like go back out and like direct our friends so we're just not ditching them?
Oh, I'm ditching them.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try to save them. I'm going to try to figure out what they're doing. I'm going to go back in the inn later, but like I don't, You can do whatever you want. Like if you want to say like, oh, he's gonna be a moment. Like
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm gonna do that way I can get our guys out of there. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're just gonna be standing out there like weirdos for a while. Like
whatever
That's
you
pretty
need to
much
do.
what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
All right. So while you're descending, I'm gonna go back out and be like, oh, you guys don't want to go in there. It's just all bad things.
So
why don't we go downstairs while he goes and does this thing with the band when he's done? Trying to get them to go.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Small buttons.
They they very much believe that that it's gonna be a minute. And they're like, oh, that's fine. We'll just let us show you where our room is, so when he's ready, he can come back up. And we're just down this hall, and it would be great for him to come by so we can just shut Chaz up for a minute. And Chaz,
But they can kind of hear me too. You know?
Yeah. So the Chaz is rolls his eyes, and he you can just tell that he's on edge. This has been a lot, and there's something like this performance is just, maybe this is how he is for every performance, but he's just a high strung kind of guy. And he's fine, and he storms off, and the band kind of like leisurely follows by. They all go back down the hall, and they're in the last room in the hall, this what you assume is like the nicest suite in the inn. And they go leave, and as they were getting all the way to the end of the hall, Chaz says to you, Beatrice, just so we're on the same page, I can hear just about everything. And then he kind of like pokes his head around the door, and he closes it. And and now he's out of sight. Clovis, you are outside of the inn, and out in the street.
What do I see?
Just what you normally see in Phandalin. There's
But there's less people. Like there's not very many people, even though it's like more like people should be coming. Or is like has like the work like cut off, or
no? You just haven't seen any increase in the foot traffic. You see, like, no matter where you look, you always seem to see like one or two people on each of the streets, and they always seem to be kind of just walking to and fro and going about their business. You can give me a perception check. See if you see anything else. Yeah, you notice what you believe to the south, like as far away from where you are, like all the way down in this area.
Oh my gosh, that's really far.
It is really far. You see,
I perceived the hell out of something.
well, you were like using your halfling sight abled eyes, and you saw two people that kind of match the height and build descriptions of the two farmers that you saw earlier today.
Wow, they're all the way down there?
They got feet.
Are they walking that way, or are they walking this way?
They were walking south.
They're walking south.
Mm-hmm. And they looked like they were just kind of walking to fill the street. Like they didn't look like they were doing anything. They were just kind of walking.
Okay. Okay. Farmers again.
It is 10. So
okay.
I think that we should call it, because especially since we didn't take a break. Sorry for not taking a break. And I think that we will come back and pick up next week, maybe with all of us. Question mark?
Spangle.
I mean, it's a holiday weekend. I get it. So I mean, unless you guys want to keep going, I don't want to keep people
No,
way
this is
past.
fine. We can take a break.
So, all right, cool. So we will call it for tonight for Real House Elves, and we will pick it up with some some Overwatch, not D&D, some D&D.
D&D.
Guys, thank you so much for
Dynamite.
joining, and thank you for playing, and I can't wait to see what happens, because it seems like something weird is going on.
You think?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it does.
Like there's
Yeah.
something happening that's out of the norm.
Yeah.
Side
Dun dun
quests.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, later, guys. I'm gonna
All right,
go
bye,
to
guys.
the BRB screen for a minute, and we're gonna do a 5-minute countdown to Overwatch.
All right.
So-
Thanks, guys. That was super fun.
Bye.
Don't forget